Hello everyone and welcome to Blue Spoon Veggie. In this video I have a very special and rather romantic dessert to share with you, and I promise that making soufflés is not as scary as you might think. This is my first soufflé recipe for the channel, maybe I'll do more if this one proves popular. I could have made this recipe just for two, but the egg maths would have got complicated, and it's not for me to judge what happens to the third soufflé if you're making this for Valentine's Day or another romantic meal. From these quite modest ingredients, we're going to bake these fruity, delicious puddings. A lot of the flavour will come from the jam you use, so make sure it's a good quality jam, with at least 50% fruit. It should say on the jar. I'm going to use this lovely Bon Maman black cherry jam. We'll be making a custard to blend with the jam, so we'll need milk, an egg yolk, corn flour to thicken the custard, and caster sugar. You'll need sugar a few times in this recipe, so I've divided it up to make life simpler. We'll need the whites of both of these eggs and the yolk of just one. You'll also need 3 ramekins. These ramekins are 9 centimeters in diameter and around 4 centimeters high. We'll also need about 10 grams each of butter to grease the ramekins and caster sugar to dust them with. So let's get started by buttering and sugaring up those little ramekins right now. Butter each ramekin well, going right up to the top of the dish. This will prevent the soufflé from sticking to the edges, so we can get that lovely impressive rise we're looking for. Once you've thoroughly brushed each ramekin, pour any excess butter into a bowl and then you can use it up once it's cold again. Next, sprinkle the little caster sugar into each ramekin to coat the buttery layer. Tap the ramekins to spread the sugar around, passing on the surplus to the next ramekin. A few final taps will release any extra sugar. And that's the ramekins all ready, and you can start heating up the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, that's 390 Fahrenheit. Next I'm going to separate the 2 egg whites from the yolks. We only need the 1 egg yolk for this recipe, so I'll pop the other in a little box and then add it to scrambled egg or something like that. You could also freeze it, then use it when you need a yolk for something like making an egg wash whenever you're next baking. Add the smaller amount of sugar to the egg yolk, followed by the corn flour. Next, add a good splash of the milk, then whisk that together until it's nice and smooth. Gently heat up the rest of the milk, don't let it boil though. Pour the warm milk onto the yolky blend, then whisk gently to combine everything. Mixture combined, return it to the pan and turn down to the lowest heat. Coat the custard very gently, stirring quite frequently for around 6 minutes. This will cook out the taste of the flour and let the custard get really thick and shiny. It probably will get lumpy, but those lumps will pass and everything will turn out just fine. Incidentally, if you like custardy desserts, you might like to have a look at my rhubarb and custard tarts recipe. I'll link that below. Now that we have a thick, smooth custard, we can combine it with that lovely cherry jam. Don't like cherries? Use a different flavour jam. It's best to choose one which doesn't include seeds though. Give that a good mix together. Again, it will look a little lumpy, but that's nothing to the likes of us who can hold our cooking nerve and belief in the finished dish. Fruity custard prepared, let's turn our attention to whisking up those egg whites now. Ideally use an electric whisk for this, otherwise it will take a surprisingly long time for the egg whites to fluff up. Err on the side of caution so you don't over whisk the whites. These soft peaks are just right. Add in that larger quantity of sugar now, then whisk for just a minute or 2 longer to combine. Still soft, but glossy now with all that sugar incorporated. Scoop about 1/3 of the egg whites into the fruity custard. We get a relatively free pass on those first fluffy spoonfuls, and we can mix them in gently, while also being sure to thoroughly combine the 2 mixtures. Then in goes the rest of the egg whites. Now we'll use a slower, even more gentle folding action to combine everything without bursting all those lovely air bubbles we've just whisked in. Think light, floaty thoughts as you elegantly fold. Keep gently combining so fruit, custard and air are all beautifully mixed together. And we're ready now to fill up the waiting ramekins. Divide evenly between the dishes, working slowly so you can keep the mixture away from the rim, where it will caramelise and spoil this delicate pink theme we've got going on. Ramekins evenly filled. There's just one more step before they're ready for the oven. Run a narrow blade around the edge of the mixture, being careful you don't scrape off the butter and sugar coating. This will help release the soufflé from the sides of the ramekin and help it rise with ease. Pop them all on an oven tray, then bake for 14 minutes, leaving the oven tightly closed for the whole time, since baking soufflés don't like to be disturbed. While they bake, I'm going to get a tiny bit creative to add a romantic touch to the finished soufflés. I've just drawn round a heart-shaped cutter onto cardboard and cut that out. And here we go. This is one of those joyful moments we can celebrate in our cooking. Dust a little icing sugar over the heart template, or just the whole soufflé if you like, and then serve as fast as you can before the soufflés let out a cherry-scented sigh and collapse. Tongs are very handy at this stage to transfer the hot ramekins onto serving plates. Do take care. Take a brief moment to admire your creation. Fruity, sherbety taste and light airy texture. If you make these soufflés, there's a good chance you're going to love them. I certainly hope you do. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more recipes and foodie ideas from Blue Spoon Veggie.